Yeah. You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So what more they want to know? You understand me? Praise Yahweh, and everything in your life are going to be all right. You understand me, my brother? Trust me, man. Listen, Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. You got to be strong, no matter what goes on. Hold up your heads and time to move on. It's not easy. Life is not easy. No matter what they do, they will laugh and talk with you, then turn around and try to hurt you. It's not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. As I kneel and pray. Cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. I am not ashamed to praise my Father's name. Put Major Riley in the Hall of Fame is not easy. Life is not easy. Life is in a mess. We have to do our best to alleviate the stress. The truth we possess is not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel, as I kneel and pray.
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, and my co-host is out of town, away on assignment again. That's okay. We're still going to have a great show today. Isn't it wonderful to know your Father Yahweh and to know that your Father Yahweh is dealing with the wicked in this world, this wicked world, and destroying all of the wicked so that we can righteously assume our rulership? But there's work we have to do first before we can assume our rulership. But anyway, we'll talk about that on Unfolding on the Power Talk. But today we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the Master Teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part that all like to take part in, and that's called Power Talk. And now for our prayer. If we will all stand and face the east with outstretched hands, O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults, and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths, are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuteraka, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Vashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekum Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosasol King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know, because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name, other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folk prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions, because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia, they come from Europe, they come from England, they come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yahweh. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the Son has to come in his Father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for coming to us and teaching us who is Yahweh as no one else ever could do. Praise Yahweh. Also, I want to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for teaching us our true history, which used to be the world's best kept secret. Praise Yahweh. And now, a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh Ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh Ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he is given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is giving the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. I'm teaching morality, and morality is defined as ethics. I'm teaching ethics. Ethics is one of the definitions of morality, which means I'm teaching righteousness, holiness, and perfection. Matthew 5:48. I'm here to tell you to be perfect, you must be perfect. Even as your Father, Yahweh, which is in heaven, is perfect. Anyone who says you cannot be perfect is lying. You can be perfect. And I'm here to say, be perfect, just like Yahweh is perfect. Be righteous, be just, be chaste, be virtuous, be upright, open, and straightforward. Be honorable, be honest, be truthful. Let your will be in the will of Yahweh. Let your nature be of the nature of Yahweh. When you learn my divine mind, you take on the attributes of Yahweh himself. You become benevolent, compassionate, just. You become merciful, giver. You watch out for the widow. You have feelings for the widows and the orphans. You provide ways when it seems there is no way. You'll follow the rules and the principles of Yahweh, the law. Keep all the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments. You must make up your mind what you want to do. Matthew 6:24. There's a master of wickedness and a master of righteousness. Read.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon.
You just have to make a choice. What is your choice? Who are you going to serve? You going to serve right or wrong? Good or bad? No matter where you are on the planet Earth, you must make your choice to be good or be bad, to be right or to be wrong, to be righteous or to be wicked. It's just a choice you have to make. You're going to serve the Creator or you're going to serve the enemy, the opponent of the Creator. And I am here to turn you from your wicked ways. All of you that are called by the name of Yahweh and belong to Yahweh, I teach you, I demand of you to seek the face of Yahweh. Humble yourself. Pray. Turn from your evil, wicked ways, and then Yahweh will hear you and heal you and bless you and answer all your prayers. Otherwise, you will not be heard by Yahweh. You have to turn away. You have to take charge of your mind and turn yourself away from this wicked world. You can't deceive yourself and say it's not wicked. You know it is. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Ethics means to practice morality. Ethics means to obey the laws of Yahweh, obey his commands. That's ethical. Unethical means you go against, you disobey the commandments of the Creator, Yahweh. Now, you have been programmed and trained to love and practice evil. Jeremiah 13:23. Refresh your mind on that one. Read.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good, that are accustomed to do evil.
If you look up the word custom, that means trained. You've been trained to do evil. So that when you hear my ethical teaching, your mind will go against it. When you think about the law, instead of being happy to hear the law and practice the laws of Yahweh, your mind will rebel and tell you you would rather do something else. Like Halloween, I heard her say. Can you imagine my people out there in the streets putting on a false face as ugly as they look? Don't know that's paganism, have never studied the source and the origin of Halloween, have never understood that this is about druids, a secret occultic religion. You haven't noticed that it's all about the dead, monsters, things I've never understood, goblins, ghosts, ghouls, witches, skeletons, bones, poisons, and death. And those that believe in that, they'll kill your children. They put poison in the candy, glass in the apples. And you have those little idiots dressing up in capes and disguises and doing all kind of wickedness out there. They'll run over your kids as an excuse. They murder all the time. This is a night of mayhem and chaos. And you run around and your mothers and go get a pumpkin. I mean, you're so dumb and ignorant and stupid. You just do it because other people do it. You don't know why. You just do it. You don't know why you do it. You just do it. Any of you ever dress up as a fool coming up? Had you a pumpkin in the house with a candle in it, burned the whole dumb house down. Everybody in the house is dumb. You got to be dumb to have an old dried up pumpkin and have a wet candle in there. It's going to burn. Fool set it in a window. Candle flickered up at the curtain. You wonder why your house got on fire. You thought a ghost did it. You're a fool. Running out talking about trick or treat. And all you got was tricks. One big trick. All your life you've been a trick. You went and gave some folk millions of dollars to be a trick. I mean, it's dumb for your mama to spend $25 or $50 on some kind of costume for you to look raggedy. You look raggedy every day. Wear your regular shoes. They look grotesque all the time. Go pay $50, $100 to dress up like the clown you are every day. To get 20 cents worth of candy. I mean, that's dumb, isn't it? You spend $50 to dress up, to go knock on doors all over town to get $1 worth of candy. And then they laugh. They put that candy through a number of big-time changes. And then wrap it all back up. And then laugh, put it all in the basket. And that's the best candy you ever had. Boy, if you only knew. You paid $50 to get soil candy. Sad, isn't it sad? Yes, sir. Just following a bunch of ignorant pagans. Don't know what pagan means either. Don't look nothing up. You've been taught to hate to read. You don't like to read nothing. Never been curious. They say it's Halloween. You've been raised up from a baby to be a fool. All the holidays are one long trick. And they got one for you every month. As soon as you finish with this one, you got another one they call Thanksgiving. Now they have a right to say that. Thanks, Lord, for giving us niggas to use and exploit and take advantage of and get rich from. They turn around and call you turkey. What you say, turkey? You something that people eat the wealth from. You're a prey. Take you all year to get out from under Christmas. Before you can finish with Christmas, 5 days later, you done bought some more stuff for New Year. Come on, Happy New Year. You haven't gotten over last year yet. How you gonna have a Happy New Year? You still owe a debt from last year's junk. Bought all this stuff for Christmas, all these cars, been drunk all week. And on New Year's Eve, y'all shooting guns and standing under mistletoes, kissing somebody else's wife. And a whole bunch of alcohol, what? And bought some more cars, millions of more cars going out. That's January. Before you finish, they got you going in February. What's in February? See, you know, Valentine's Day, you done bought some more candy. You're a fool. You just got a box shaped like a heart. You gonna spend $50 and then ask somebody, will you be my Valentine? Bunch of nuts. Don't have no money. Just give it away. Go pay $5 for a card. Send out your chick. Brother, send out 10 cards. I'll strike something. I asked 10 to be my Valentine. I'll hit lucky with somebody. Boy, when they get through with you in February, they got one waiting on you in March. Lent. What else is going down in March? St. Patrick's Day. No, that's coming up in April. They got an April trick for you too. That's called Easter. Easter bunny. They got a rabbit laying eggs for you. Eating grass in a basket. A chocolate rabbit laying chocolate eggs. You go buy dozens of hen eggs and get all kind of colors, stay up all night colored, and then go hide them from yourself. You know you got to be crazy. We're the biggest fools on earth. Hide for myself, then turn around and hunt them. I know I put those eggs somewhere. Paid all that money and then hid the egg from yourself. Then run out and turn up every rock in the yard. Fools. March, April, May, Mother's Day. April 1 was April Fool's Day. You've been a fool all your life. You even admit it. You run around one trick after another. Look out! Look down! You a clown! April Fool! You only love your mama one day a year. Mother's Day. Then they sell you dumb fools flowers. Sell you fools some more cards. May, June. Father's Day. Poor fella, he got a day out the month. Out the year. Same old routine. July. You talking about Independence Day and you totally dependent. You can't even celebrate the 4th if your welfare check doesn't come in. I mean, and my people lay back just like they free too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'd be all out in the backyard, all out in the park, cooking stuff like they independent. You weren't free when they did that number, talking about freedom from England and stuff. That's white folks. We celebrate 4th of July. Blow your crazy hands up with a firecracker. Blow your hands off. A lot of us hurt our hands with firecrackers, didn't we? You'll be celebrating and crying your eyes out. Blew your hand up. You thought the firecracker had gone out. Just when you got up there, it blew up. Blew that can right in your face. Dumb. August. Back to school. Sale. Bunch of heathens, that's what we are. Practicing heathen way. September. Labor Day. Don't have a job. How you gonna celebrate Labor Day and don't have a job? Been under the tree on the corner all year. Got nerve to go lay up somewhere on Labor Day. October, back to Halloween. Got one for you. Had a trick for you every month. That doesn't include all the tricks in between. Nightclubs, scotch, whiskey, gin, vodka, and then some get real fancy with this one, liqueur. Liqueur. Know the names too. Be getting down with that one every week. Then you start getting, I'm going to get my head bad. Nothing in your head. Your head been bad all your life. Hair too. That's what you said. You got God hair and think it's bad. We need Yahweh back. We need some sense real bad. Deuteronomy chapter 6 warns us against being disobedient. It's unethical to disobey Yahweh's will. In verse 13, read.
Thou shalt fear the Lord Yahweh thy God, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name.
You need to study the word fear. Fear means more than shaking and trembling. It means reverence. You should reverence Yahweh and what else? Respect. Fear means to respect and to love. Now, how can you fear, reverence, respect, love Yahweh and you haven't studied any of these words? You can't. Yet you must. If you do not, you are unethical. And if you are unethical, instead of prospering and being successful, you'll be in poverty, misery, suffering, and disease. Things won't work out right for you. And this book lets you know that Yahweh is your God. And you should serve him, not just believe in him. See, a lot of people believe in God, but they don't serve God. Oh, yeah. Y'all hear me well? I said a lot of people believe in God, but they don't serve God. What makes us unique is we not only believe in Yahweh, we serve him. Now, you don't know how to serve either because you never looked that word up. And you shall live by Yahweh's name. Isn't that something? Now let's look at Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. I'm teaching you ethics tonight. Once again. I showed you earlier, you have to make a choice for who you're going to serve. You can't serve two masters. So I'm telling you tonight, all of you that have a satanic mind, a devil mind, get away from me, Satan. All of you that have the mind of the devil to oppose Yahweh, get away from me. For it is written that you shall worship Yahweh, your God, and him only shall you serve. You are not to serve anyone else. Yahweh only. All of you that have a thought in your head against Yahweh, get rid of it. That's what that means. Get thee hence, Satan. Cast those wicked ideas out of your head. Some of you thought I meant take your body out. Try to decide whether you should move your body away from me or not. No. Your body is not sinning. Your mind is. In order to be around me, you have to have a change of mind, a change of heart, from wrong to right, from bad to good, from unethical to ethical, from immoral to moral. Your mind must undergo a change. So I'm ordering your wicked ideas to be cast out of your head. That's the only way you're going to be saved. Can't be saved any other way. Joshua 24:14. Read.
Now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh, and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
See, truth is morality, in morals and in ethics. Read on.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Yahweh.
Now, if you don't know the gods that people serve in Egypt, go get a map, discover the people that are in Egypt, and then look at the names of the gods they serve. And these are the ones that Yahweh say, don't serve. Serve him. Your father served those gods. You got to give them up. You just took that on, so you don't know what you're doing. That's what get thee hence, Satan. That's what that means. Put away all these other gods that you have picked up from the heathens. Because you're going to discover in a short time that all who don't serve Yahweh, they're going to be in serious trouble. Isn't this some kind of book we studying from? It is written, Yahweh alone must you serve. And you must serve Yahweh in sincerity and in truth. And give up all other gods but Yahweh. And then you'll have life eternal. Anything else is unethical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Wow. Praise Yahweh. Wow. Anything other than serving, keeping the law of Yahweh is unethical. Learning about these gods and serving these gods, they give you a god for every month to serve and worship, called holidays and holidays, all these wicked things. They won't say holy days because there's nothing holy about those days. And we know in our lifetime, we've been blind to the understanding of what those days were. We didn't look it up and see what it was. Not before we met Yahweh ben Yahweh. And then we see that all our childhood, we were pagans. And that's another word he mentioned, being pagan. Wow. And then he said, white folks say, thank the Lord for black folks, for niggas, to exploit. Back in the 70s, they did a whole lot of black exploitation movies, and they called it black exploitation, and we made them rich by going and spending our money to see them exploit us. And it goes further back, and it goes deeper than that. And now all nations come over here and exploit us. All nations come put their businesses in our communities and get rich off of our poverty. How is that possible? Well, we have a lot to talk about in Power Talk, but before we get to Power Talk, we do want to play some commercials that our own economy is what it's all about. And our own economy starts and ends with us spending our money with ourselves. Praise Yahweh.
Tensions are escalating between tonight. An American mother and her child kidnapped in Haiti.
So we're going to start with the war in Ukraine. All right, she started.
More military and intelligence officers.
Amidst the boom in artificial intelligence,
you want to live in? There is a solution. The solution is wrote a book about it entitled Ethics: How to Achieve Heaven on Earth. Let us consider this solution together. Get your copy today and let's talk about it.
Praises unto Yahweh, and Yahweh been Yahweh. From the nation of Yahweh,
YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com.
Let nobody
YahwehRadio.com.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is a great God and a great King above
YahwehRadio.com.
Rescuing our future since 2004. From beginner to advanced. From melodies to mastery. From practice to performance. Neo Jazz School of Music, creating space for young people to express and to grow. Now with 2 locations, New Orleans and Miami. Enroll today at neojazz.org.
Yahweh Virtual University is now providing free weekly Saturday classes for students of all ages. Yes, you've heard that right. Our free Saturday Bible Fun classes allow students to create fun projects while learning Yahweh mathematics, reading, writing, and of course, amazing Bible stories. Click the link in the description below to see the correct age group and time students should join our free Bible Fun classes. We look forward to seeing you each Saturday. Praise Yahweh forever.
What do all these people have in common besides a beautiful smile, healthy teeth, and gums? They all use Zodi toothpaste. Zodi toothpaste is made with all natural ingredients. Zodi toothpaste is fortified with moringa and baking soda. Zodi toothpaste is suds-free, making it an excellent choice for kids. All natural, fortified, and suds-free. Get yours today at noystore.com.
This program is dedicated to the spiritual resurrection of the righteous people of the planet Earth and to the establishment of the kingdom of true holiness and righteousness, the kingdom of God Yahweh.
You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
All right, family. Know what that sound means? It's on us. The track is called After the Garden. It is after the garden. And we don't have that paradise in a physical form like we did before sin was introduced to the world and we were kicked out of the garden. So after the garden is this hell that we've been residing in for over 6,000 years now. And guess what? As it was in the beginning, in a garden, that's how its scenario is going to end, in a garden, in paradise, for us, eternally. Now, there's only one thing we have to do to achieve that. Yahweh ben Yahweh taught us this day. There's only one thing we have to do to achieve that. You know, making it to the end, living in paradise again, being eternal beings like we were in the garden. There's only one catch. For 6,000 years, you've been taught to be wicked. For over 6,000 years, you've been taught by this society, by the opposer of Yahweh, to be wicked, to love wickedness, to not even see your wickedness. Can you imagine that? You're so bad you can't even see how bad you are? But that's our people. That's the conditions. We even was cursed with a curse for Yahweh giving us instructions. And he said, if you turn away from these instructions, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 15 talk about the blessings. And we know the rest of the chapter talk about the curses, even to putting us in this slavery that we're right now waking up, that we're in. Yes, we're still in this slavery, although our Messiah has come and given us the word. We refused to do what it takes to end our slavery. Why do we refuse to do what it takes to end our slavery? Now, what it takes is, he taught us, we got to turn away from our wicked ways and be ethical, be moral, keep the laws of Yah. It's the same thing. It's a reoccurring theme. All we have to do is be good, child. You know how you tell your children, be good. That's it. How simple. It's so simple that it goes over most of our heads. It's because we don't study good. We don't study ethics. We don't study morality. We don't make sure that what we're doing and what we're supporting is not wicked. We spend our money and perpetuate our slavery, perpetuate our oppression, perpetuate our poverty, but thou art rich. Come on, family. Y'all know these scriptures. Revelations 2:9, 3:9 talk about our poverty, but we are rich. And those people you fear that you got to make sure you pay them are the ones that Yahweh is going to make to come and bow down at our feet. That's what the scriptures say. That's not me talking. I'm just quoting scripture. Now, let's see if it happens. Well, everything that Yahweh said was going to happen has happened. And all those things that our future prophesied is waiting on the children of Yahweh to wake up, turn from their wicked ways, and embody that motto: one God, one mind, one love. And here's the one action: spend your money with each other. That's the foundation of that one action. Then we cooperate, start cooperative businesses together that serve our people, that serve our economy that we're building. Yahweh ben Yahweh once said that 1 + 1 equals what? And then he said that most people think 1 + 1 equals 2, but 1 what plus 1 what? Because an apple plus an orange don't equal 2, it equals an apple and an orange. You know, I mean, that's what you had when you went into the equation. Same thing you have coming out of the equation. It doesn't mean nothing unless it has meaning. So he illustrated that one apple seed plus one apple seed equals what? Not two apple seeds, two apple trees with 400 apples on the tree, 12 seeds in each apple. Now you're talking about an industry. You'll need a factory to process all these apples. You've been in grow an orchard if you plant your seeds from two apple seeds. You plant the seeds that come from two apple seeds, you have created an industry of apple cider, apple butter, apples. I mean, think about it. Then you need a manufacturing plant to process those apples. Then you need a trucking company to move out those apples. And then you need retail establishments to sell those apples. You done created an industry with two apple seeds. And most of us, when we eat an apple, what we do with the seed? We throw it away. Throw away our wealth and wonder why we in poverty, wonder why we still subservient to rulers that rule over us, tell you where to be, what to do, how to do it. They enact all kinds of arbitrary laws and statutes and ordinances and stuff and codes, tax codes and different things. They just arbitrarily enact these codes to keep you oppressed. Until we build our own economy, you can't see how you can exit that situation. You can't see your way out of slavery from Yahweh ben Yahweh say that you tax businesses out of business. You can't have a successful business because they tax you on so many levels. Wickedly tax you on so many levels. Then they have so many restrictions and construction and ordinances in cities that you have to do this, that, and the other just to get you a place to do business. See, their whole system is built up on wickedness and keeping you out of their system. You're just the battery. Your money comes, we pay you pennies and you return those pennies right back to us. And it's so many of you that equals up to trillions of dollars every year that you pay right back to the people who oppress you. You're working for nothing. Most people who work their whole life and retire, they retire with barely a place to stay. Some don't. Some is still renting when they're retired or they're too old to work. We perpetuate that system. We fuel that system. We are the batteries. This is the matrix. This is a simulation. And it's all about you turning away from that simulation, waking up to it, and begin to, that one action, build our own economy. Yahweh ben Yahweh built the economy in the midst of all nations was supporting his economy. They came to stay at his hotels, 5 hotels in Miami, full all seasons. Yeah, all nations. It wasn't us. It wasn't black folks coming to his hotels. It was all nations coming to his hotels. And he built the economy for us from that commerce. He didn't give that money back to them like we do when we get paid something, we give it back to them. Can't wait to give it back to them. Every month, we do little trivial things to give it back to them. Buy a costume for $100 because our daughter is going to a Halloween costume party, or, he went through the whole situation. But family, I can keep going. You know that this is something that I am very passionate about. We have to duplicate our Father's works. He taught us how. He didn't say he was going to do it for us. So the burden is on us to do it. And why we hadn't did it? Because we refuse to do business with each other. We refuse to spend our money with each other. We refuse to seek out Black businesses to spend our money with first. We want that dollar to circulate to 100 black people before it go anywhere else. But that's just a vision for the black economy, as they call it. You know, black economics. It ain't black. There's nothing black about our economy. If we do it in righteousness, then it's a real pure economy, and it's the government of Yahweh. It is what Yahweh set in motion by sending his son to teach us in the flesh how to do these things. And what's the main thing he taught us? Keep the law. Keep the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments, be ye perfect. So, family, it is time for Power Talk. Just an update. Zoom, the app that we're on, has updated itself. And, you know, they always fixing what it's not broke. So it takes a minute to find the controls and all of these things because they updated it. They made it easier for us. And now we don't know how to use it. So bear with me. I'm going to open up the call for Power Talk. And if anybody would like to join the conversation, well, that's exactly why we're here. We're going to talk about this powerful knowledge of Yahweh. I'm almost there. There we go. All right. People, you are now able to unmute yourselves if you like to join the conversation. Praise Yahweh. Okay, we have a caller. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Ben Yahweh. This is Sister Jochebed Sarah. And family, this is such an intense class. And we're getting so good at this. Dr. Lou, you're doing such an amazing job that every class on our wonderful Shabbat is amazing. And I want to address the very first scripture that Yahweh shared with us today, and that was Matthew 5:48, I believe. Matthew 5:48 states, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect." And if we look up the word perfect in Matthew 5:48, it is a Greek word, and it is teleos, and it means complete. In various applications of labor, growth, mental, and moral character. Now, I know many of you can see how this relates to the message that we've been given here today, because what Yahweh is saying when he tells you to be perfect, he's simply telling you to be complete in the sense of you are able to manage all of your needs. You are complete. How are we complete if we must and we have to go to our enemy for our needs? We're not complete. We're not perfect. Okay? Our mental growth and moral character is defined and shaped by what we see on the devil vision. We're incomplete. That is not completeness. Okay? So to be complete means that everything that we need is within and among our nation. That's what Yahweh did. He created a microscopic nation right in the middle of this enemy. That was the example. And I could tell you, we did not go outside of our nation unless it was something that we could not provide for ourselves. You see how other nations, all these big nations, they trade with each other? One complete nation is trading with another complete nation because this nation might have oil and another nation might have rice. That is how we dealt with the world. That is how we managed the world. We did not buy their clothing and we made it ourselves. We made our own. Only the things that we could not do for ourselves. So beyond that, family, We have to start looking at each other as family. We have to start loving each other and realizing that everybody outside of us is going to work against you. This world is going to work against you. We have the power within us. In the Hebrew, if you look up Job 1:1, the word perfect, it also is it's the word tam. It is H8535 in the Hebrew, tam. And it also says complete, usually morally, pious, specifically gentle, dear. We're imperfect if we're mean to our brothers and sisters, if we have the means to assist and help each other and we don't, if we are not caring, if we do not communicate with our elderly and check on each other, if we're not gentle and dear, if we don't care for each other. We care more for what's happening in, I don't know, TV land and soap opera land than we care for each other. How are we going to, Yahweh said, be perfect. This is not, oh, you can do it if you want to. This is a command. And until we realize that we have to study this word perfect and literally be perfect with each other and start making our nation complete, we're going to be lacking, family. So this is the day the entire world is ready for Yahweh. I watched the entire world, hundreds of thousands of people pray to Yahweh. Because, and I'm not going to say it on the line because I know of the drama, because 1 inch or less than an inch saved the life of a person. They praying like never before because they know that Yahweh is in control, family. So how much more us, we are the rulers, the chief rulers, to guide them on how to serve the true and living God must be. How much more perfect and in contact with Yahweh, united must we be as the head. So family, thank you for letting me share. Let's go ahead and literally understand that we are all we have, because the enemy is taking away everything in our face. But we have the means and the power and the word of Yahweh to take care of ourselves in every manner.
Praise Yahweh.
Thank you, family, for letting me share. Love you all. Shalom, shalom.
Yes, ma'am. Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you the wisdom to share, and you sharing it like you always do, because you're putting our minds in a spot to where it is true, family. Yahweh ben Yahweh said when he came all alone, he said, all I need is you, Judah. And that's all he used was you, Judah, and built an economic empire for us. It was a demonstration. It wasn't for us to ride off the backs of his works. He demonstrated how easy. He said to make $1 million, that's easy to do. It's easy to do. I can illustrate how to make $1 million, but see, $1 million depend on you supporting it. Imagine if everybody listening to my voice right now today went and bought my book. Imagine that. But see, you won't do that. There's so many other more important things to do than study a companion book of the knowledge that Yahweh ben Yahweh taught on ethics. Just another take on ethics. You know, as what, 117 different definitions of take? See, we have to be ethical. We have to be moral. We have to follow these laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments. Have you studied the first 10 commandments? Just the first 10, the 10 commandments. You know there's 613 laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments. Have you studied the first 10? Well, in the book, the ethics book, I break down the knowledge, just briefly break down the knowledge of the first 10 commandments, that things we never considered about those commandments, because we know it. We know what thou shalt not steal, or even a better one, thou shalt not kill, because Yahweh ben Yahweh did a teaching on kill. Kill is not just murder. Kill is not just taking a life, and he illustrated that. But in our small-minded states, we can only see kill meaning one thing, murder or taking of a life. We can't see it in the words that we use to kill people ambition and kill people's determination by saying, oh, you're not going to be anything. That's not going to work. What you're doing is not going to work for you. And you kill somebody's spirit that they were all into it till you said those words, and they trust you. They look up to you. They believe you. So that's just one illustration. We do have another caller. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk. All right, there you go.
Shalom, family. Shalom. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh for Yahweh being Yahweh. How y'all doing today?
Doing wonderful, brother. Praise Yahweh.
Yes, brother. Yes, this program, as I listen to it every week, it is a blessing. The sister come on, and she showed full of with knowledge, with understanding of what's going on in this world. And so do you, brother, and the sister that be with you, and y'all just educate us and with love and morality and righteousness, and the sister was right. I know she wanted to say some things that may aggravate people, and she did the right thing, and I know exactly what she's talking about. And us as a nation, we have to come together. I know everybody say, well, y'all talk about this every week. Y'all talk about this every week. We have to talk about it every week. We have to, get it, you know what I'm saying, and push it, because it's a wonderful thing to know that we have brothers and sisters out there that is on our motto: one mind, one love, one action, and this is a beautiful thing, I can't do nothing but give this program and all my brothers and sisters praises for all the strong work and the strong minds that y'all have to encourage and educate us, the ones who are listening, and then we can go out and educate others, and as I came into knowledge in 2005, I never met the king physically, but when I started reading and understanding, and my spirit was just like, man, this is something that it's delightful to my soul. So everything that I've read with the king and your book is ethics and other brothers, sisters that wrote books throughout the nation, everything is on point. Everything that we must do, everything is righteousness. We have to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a one-day process. It's an everyday process. Just like the king said, we must be. We must be. Be means to exist. You know what I'm saying? We must exist in the law, statute, judgment, and commandments of Yahweh, of our Father. And throughout all what I have read and what I've seen, that's what the king did. He built, in the name of Yahweh, he built and brought all the products within the nation. He never went outside the nation. And from what I'm reading and saying, he never went outside the nation. Everything was built inside the nation to make the nation strong. And that's what he did. It's an example for us to do. And that's what y'all are doing right now in this program. It's building, towards our nation, our products. Everything we do, we must come together. And like I said, you and the sisters on point. And I love this program. And through the education level, through the social level, I mean, we're on point, and we need more to come in and understand what's going on. And even if you don't really understand, ask questions to understand, because y'all got your information, and we must get information on righteousness. To exist, we must do that. So I'm just here. I'm learning. Like I said, I'm learning. My grandchildren are learning. We all are learning. That's just like you said, the king talking about all these days and, all these pagan holidays and stuff like that. When I read the book of Genesis to my grandchildren, they asked me the question. They said, well, grandfather, well, Yahweh numbered the days. He said that on the seventh day, and I got a little one. Her name Madison. She's real, keen in. And I didn't say nothing to her. She asked that question. She said, grandfather, I don't hear no Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. Because I said, baby, Yahweh numbered the days. He didn't never say nothing about no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are just things that they put in. I said, this is the way. So as we further educate our children, get more education on what is and what ain't. So anyway, I just wanted to, share that with y'all, and I can't wait till the summit come up, and be with
It's
y'all and
coming.
meet y'all, you know, yeah,
It's coming, brother.
and meet y'all and everything. I just want to say praise Yahweh. I love y'all. Y'all keep it up. And the ones behind the scenes that they don't say, down here, say nothing. I thank y'all too. Praise Yahweh for Yahweh, ben Yahweh, and shalom, aleichem, brother.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for you sharing. I thank Yahweh for your testimony. And see, that's how we know that Yahweh will never end. What we're doing will never end because we have our grandbabies asking questions in the light of understanding Yahweh, not in the light of understanding the Easter Bunny. Can care less about those lies they call fairy tales, they call holiday. Whoa. Anyway, we're not going back to that. The real point is that just like the brother was saying, the sister was a little hesitant to speak on certain things because we are also broadcasting on their platform. But see, we're moving all of this stuff off of their platforms. That's why we're building the platform of YahwehRadio.com. That's why it's so important for everybody to support our media because it's our media. It's a way where you can listen to heavenly music, where you can get news, where you can get the unfolding light 7 days a week. You can get our King speaking our true history at noon. Is it 5 days a week, 7 days a week? 7 days a week, you can get our true history taught by the King. Every evening, you get a keynote message from the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. And even overnight, you have primordial vibrations that you can sleep to that programs your mind into heavenly, moral, righteous thoughts, primordial vibrations overnight. This is what media is supposed to do for you. It's supposed to enhance your ability to live. You can listen to work grooves where it's just background music for you to work to during the day while you're at work. Yes, YahwehRadio.com. But there's so many other things. We have a toothpaste that is not poison. All these other toothpastes that are on the market, the vast majority of them contains things that you cannot swallow. So let's put it in perspective. Censors by saying, well, you lying, you saying it's poison. Well, if they tell you not to swallow it because it's hazardous to your health, what do that mean? Let's break it down. It still means the same thing, but we have a toothpaste, Zadi toothpaste, that has been formulated to where you, your children, and anybody can have perfect oral hygiene with this product. And if you swallow it, it's just healthy for you. Not telling you to swallow it, but if you do, it will not harm you in any way. So, family, there's so many things. Yahweh Virtual Academy for our young people. We have to enroll them into, and they working so diligently and so hard to produce different classes and different learning environment, virtual environment for our children so we can stay connected no matter where we are in the world. We can stay connected to the knowledge of Yahweh taught to us by our King, Yahweh ben Yahweh. See, this is not about us, but it's all about us. It's all about us resurrecting, taking on this knowledge, connecting the dots. See, because individually, we just dots. Collectively, we rule the world and indeed the universe. Yes, Yahweh ben Yahweh taught us in the scriptures to say not only will we rule this world, but everything created. Now, which one of us is going to ascend to those levels? You know, it's like powering up, and you only power up through your studies. You know, this ain't a lifting weights thing. This is not a powering up through doing physical exertion. This is a power up by doing mental calisthenics, mental exertion, mental focus and acuity, studying these laws, statute, judgments, and commandments. Family, we still have a few more minutes for Power Talk. If anybody else want to say something very briefly, because we are getting closely to the end, you are still welcome to join the conversation. Okay, I think we have that Sister Tamar.
It is.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk. I know you're in another time zone, so it's
I am,
a little
and I'm
difficult.
actually, I am, but I'm also trying to get to a quiet place where I am. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, and the hotel lobby was not as quiet as I anticipated. But praise Yahweh, I'm on the line and excited to hear the conversation. I'm just grateful to the most honorable Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, for really giving us a framework for success. And oftentimes, we go about our day to day, and we fall into these traps that we're constantly exposed to, like your so-called hollow days and all these industries that we subject ourselves to. And we don't realize, we often fail to connect the dots to our spiritual well-being in all these systems that we are that's on top of us. These systems ain't even for us. They literally laid the whole infrastructure of their well-being on top of ours. And so I really get excited about this platform and my ability to share in the wisdom with Yahweh Ben Yahweh with my family, because we unravel that mystery and we begin to understand what it is for us to do. We need to come together in this economic summit. We need to come together at all of our spaces where Yahweh has given us time to connect with each other and really do the emotional and social work to really receive the mind of the most honorable Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, because this thing that we experiencing now is really, like you said, Brother Lou, the matrix we in. Somebody then curated your experience, family. Somebody has made your reality so that you can continue to be in servitude to their dollars, their pockets, their social experiments. That's right, family. They are doing and conducting social experiments on us as a people. And so we have to take control over our own well-being. And Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us the 5 power structures that are designed to pull us into a space where we have liberation, we have self-sustainability, self-realization, and just be all those things that Yahweh taught us to be and realizing the EL in ourselves. So I'm just thankful for the conversation and thankful that I was able to tune in for the brief moment that I was able to tune in. And Brother Luke, fantastic job on holding it down. I cannot wait to see you. So praise Yahweh. Thank you, family, for such a powerful conversation.
Praise Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, because the knowledge that he brought us in the flesh is the key to our success. Wow, I just made a rhyme. I'm gonna have to make a rap song about that. Okay, not. Anyway, thank you, sister. I miss you and welcome you home late this evening. And all our family out there, look like I have somebody with their hand raised. Not that verse with those things. If you can unmute yourself, let me see if I can enable for a last comment for you to unmute yourself. Yes.
Shalom. Good morning.
Praise Yahweh. You're out there.
Praise Yahweh. This is Sister KB out of Miami, Florida. It's a quick comment. I just want to give the definition for God. We talked about us worshiping paganism and things of that nature. one definition for, and this is from the Word Mix Online Dictionary, is now it says figuratively is a person or thing that is made an object, stream devotion, or sought after all things. Just being interested for to talk about people, young people and old people, but definitely young people. A lot of people are hard focused on like money and doing
Sister, your signal is
something,
going in and out
getting
and
rich or
fading.
whatever it is.
If you could speak up just a little
Uh-oh.
more, we can hear you, but you're fading in and out.
Is this better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, yes. So I was just saying that sometimes your job, your work, what's your determination to have materialistic things or to be in a better position may become your job. And you have to remember to keep Yahweh at the forefront of your mind so that you can have perfect peace and that all your endeavors are in fact successful and you are not placing anyone or anything above them. So just wanted to make a quick comment. So Toda for allowing me to share. Shalom.
Great. Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you wisdom to share and you sharing. And as we come to the end of this episode of Unfolding Light, I just want to, go out with some final thoughts because it is crucial, or as they say in the islands, crucial. It is crucial for us to recognize that we are all we have. There will be no other nation that welcome you to come over, even though there's some nations offering black men certain things. That's another subject. No nation will welcome us into their economy. And if they do, they welcome you as the battery of their economy. They're not welcoming you to rule over yourself in their economy. I hope that resonate with everybody. See, rulership is only given to those who create something to rule. If you trying to be part of somebody else's, then generally you can't go into that situation and rule in it. And we know that we're still part of the slavery system of America, the same system that was in place in 1776 when we were slaves. And the same Independence Day observation was for their independence, and we're not independent of them, although we may celebrate that holiday or holiday more than anybody else with barbecue ribs and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, I digress. Final thoughts is we all we have. And unless we begin to circle our wagons and do business with each other, then we're going to be cursed to the destruction that America is falling. The destruction of America, we will share in that destruction unless we begin to build our own economy so that we can withstand. And some of us will. Yahweh said he's going to save Israel, shall be saved. Judah shall rule. Now, will you be a part of it or not? That's up to you. And that is the final thoughts for this episode of Unfolding Light. That brings us to the end of this episode of the Unfolding Light. Please join us next week for another episode of the Unfolding Light. And now, if everybody will stand and face the east with outstretched hand, as we close out this episode with a prayer, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterika, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Vashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekam Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosa King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Vehatefier, Leolame, Olamin Selah. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyahweh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com and unfoldinglight.com. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855. And be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3. Praise Yahweh and Shalom.
Thank you.